What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today, and welcome back to the Aussie Sim Racing Series. This is round number 4 of the Xbox One F3 League. As you can see, we are here in good old Russia at the Sochi Autodrome. Here's the points tally from round 3. If you haven't already caught up with that video, be sure to go check it out. But as always, let's go through the incidents back at round number 3. Now, again, there was a couple. Now, the incident between Sato and Spagbowl, where it looked like Sato had hit him, there was no action taken because of lag. The big incident at turns 1, 2 and 3, where Spagbowl takes out a bunch of drivers. He copped a 10-second time penalty, which was added on to the end of the race, and I think he may have actually lost a position. So the table may look a little bit different. So as you can see there, we got our lap invalidated, even though it was only the warm-up lap really, and plus he also got 2 penalty points as well for causing an avoidable collision. And the last incident on the last lap involved Schulte and Spagbowl. It was deemed a racing incident, no further action. But yeah, here we are in Russia for, like I said, for round 4. We've set off now for our first lap in qualifying as come around this fast left-hander. Please forgive me if I get the corner numbers wrong here, but I'm just going by what the track map says. As we now come into turn 6, and my worst nightmare was realised again, where it just disconnected from the session as Sato tried to set off for a lap, but his lap got invalidated for just running off the corner a little bit, and oh, that's Captain Farrer going a little bit wide out of, I think that's turn 16, 17, as he's Lockie. Making an interesting way to finish the qualifying session, but yeah, in the end, we are starting from the back of the grid again. Congratulations to, I don't exactly know who exactly got pole. I might have to go double check on that. Yeah, I think it may have been RuthenicBird again, only just, but as you can see here, we're just fiddling with the strategy again, and again we're going with the opposite strategy of what some other guys are doing. But yeah, myself and Stingy, we were the only ones that didn't set a lap time because we both had connection issues. It wasn't really ideal, I must say, and I've since found out that I had one of those Xbox Play and Charge cables plugged into my Xbox controller, and it was actually bent, but I hopefully rectified it for the next round in Spain. But here we go, we're all set. We're starting from the back again. 5 red lights. Let's do it in Russia, and it's an okay start from me. You actually get a better start. We go around the outside of Burton there. Try and go well around the outside as, oh, that's Ikai was standing in McLaren. A bit of a touch there. Now coming into turn 2. A little bit of a brake lock up, and we actually grab into the rear of Legorob and lose a bit of our front wing. No trouble. So, my worst nightmares again. And this time I actually did put down in the bottom right there for the team to actually repair my front wing at the next stop. But we're trying to get a good run here. Oh, there's carnage in front of us. That's St. Whittier's Prime, and I think one of the Toro Rossos. I think that may have been Sato, because we actually got an illegal overtake on him, and as you can see there, I just rolled out of the throttle and let him back through it as we come now to turn 8, and Sato's gone well wide, using every single bit of the road there. And again, lag's playing a big factor in this race as always, but yeah, we managed to survive again all that carnage. I don't know exactly how, but it's now coming into turn 14. Again, Sato's legs, he was just bouncing like a bunny rabbit just then, as we nearly lose the rear end down to 15. A little bit close there. Oh, that's actually Sato's teammate Lockie's gone well and truly wide down at, I think that was coming out of turn 17 as oh, that looked like, I think Frizy, as Ikai was just a bit sideways coming into the front straight, but as we begin lap 2, Sato's got a brilliant run around the outside of Ikai. They'll go side by side down the front straight. This is a good battle here, folks. now, we did think about going into Ridge mix, but decided against it, nearly go up the rear of Iowas, but we actually get a great run around this fast left-hander. Please forgive me, but this is apparently turn 4, so it says on the track map. And we now move up into position 9, so not a bad start. And again, Sato's gone wide at turn 8, and I followed him. That's what the dirty air does to you, but again, Sato looked like he went wide there. But again, his lag was just playing up, and it was just so weird that we actually do get the spot. We're now up into position 8. It looks like there's a bit of fighting going on there. Oh, it looked like Captain Farah there went off there, just nearly where Lockie was on the previous lap. But oh, look at all this carnage in front of us. This Legorob, Burton, and Schulte to Aussie. And we actually get a great run as DRS is now enabled. Now 3 wide down the front straight. Bang wheels with Legorob, and we were banging wheels with Schulte to Aussie, but now covered at turn 2 now. Legorob has the move. Schulte will probably now go around the outside, but we try and make a move around the outside, and we actually get a legal overtake for a bit of corner cutting. So this wasn't ideal, because I had to let both Schulte to Aussie and Legorob, which wasn't ideal, but we just run a little bit wide, and we actually lose another spot to Sato. We are nearly getting absolutely swapped here. And nearly Iowas joins the party. Now he does. Now Legorob's being left out to dry as get another illegal overtake. Now at this point I didn't realise that the graphic had gone away, so I do apologise to Legorob. I didn't realise that the graphic had gone. It said it wasn't an illegal overtake anymore, but that was Sato going very wide out of turn 18. Going a bit sideways coming onto the front straight, but yeah, let's get through all this chaos in the first couple of laps. He's on board with Sato, and it was RuthenicBird who starts for a pole position. Formula Dragster's back after he missed the first 3 weeks because he was on a family holiday, and as they're coming around into turn 1, he's getting a bit close there with Spagbowl as Lockie just absolutely goes straight through him. He gets pushed a little wide there by Schulte to Aussie, and manages to, like I said, avoid any carnage and avoid any damage as well. But coming around this fast left-hander, he's now up the rear of Captain Farah as he goes well and truly wide. Oh, it looked like Lockie got spun around. Oh, dear me. And actually, Sato did get involved in that, and he's lost a bit of his front wing. There's us there in the foreground, but you probably see now that's where I had to let him go because of the illegal overtake, and here's how he ran wide at turn 8, using every single piece of road there. And just look at all this carnage. That was Frizy there. It all looked like Legorob and Iowas got together. That explains why he was sliding everywhere. But as you see there, Sato now gets a great run coming down the front straight into the turn 1. If that is not classified turn 1, I do apologise to all of you F1 viewers out there. I'm just going by what the track map says. But this is where we thought actually Sato had run wide. But you see there, we actually get bang wheels there. And even though it looked like on my screen that I ghosted straight through him. But now we can have a proper view of what this chaos looked like on the start of lap 3. We're going 3 wide down the front straight. Banging wheels between Legorob and myself, but we just tagged the wall here. You can see the sparks fly there. Schulte to Aussie's going all over the shop as well. You know, he's coming into turn 1. A bit of a contact there between Legorob and Schulte, and like I said, we actually got the move done, but we were a bit of an awkward spot because Schulte had got in front of Legorob, so we had to let both of them through, and this wasn't really ideal. And you see there, Sato gets a great run. He gets by me and actually may look up the inside of Legorob. There's a yellow flag there as well, so he just managed to get away with it. Some people probably didn't get away with it, and he's on board with Lockie in position 5. Gets a relatively good start there. He's actually maybe trying to make a move around the outside of, I think that's Sato. Yeah, of course it is Sato. I am apparently blind. But yeah, coming into turn 1, Frizy's going well around the outside. You see Spagbowl's just cutting the chicane there. Now as you come around this fast fast left-hander flying around as to come around turn 5. There's a bit of debris there flying around, but looked as if Lockie was involved in it, but from his footage, wasn't the case. He now goes for a tight move up the inside of Spagbowl. But he's using every single piece of track to try and get the move done, but actually loses a bit of ground. And actually Frizzy's going well up the inside. Oh, there's been a contact there between Captain Farah, and he gets a little bit of front wing damage. Oh, he's got on the power a bit too much there, and that explains his spin. But he used all this carnage on lap 3, where I thought I had to let Lego Rob through because of the legal overtake, but no. As you can see there, he gets past Ike Iwas in the P9, and this was all hectic this first couple of laps. I can hardly breathe really after all that. But now Lego Rob is making his way into the lane, so he's coming in for an early stop. Wouldn't be surprised if he has a bit of damage coming into his front wing, but he's on board with Sanguinius Prime from the start in his Renault. Actually got a pretty good start compared to both Toro Rossos. Oh, he gets nearly squeezed there with Frizzy. That's lost him ground there with Schulte to Aussie going by, and I think that's Captain Farah going up his inside, but somehow he managed to avoid all this chaos. You see that Sato's gone well wide. And he's up into P9 is Sanguinius Prime, but to come around this fast left-hander. Nearly coming up to the hotspot with what happened at lap 1. See he's there, he's going up the inside of Sato. A little bit of contact. Oh, he gets tagged by, I think it might have been Burton in the Sauber. And he actually has lost part of his front wing now, so this is definitely not ideal for him, but now he's going to have to come into the lane. Just manages to get it down to the 60k an hour compared to what happened in China with his time penalties, but it looked like he was actually doing the correct speed limit, but it's just not ideal for Sanguinius Prime. He's going to lose a heap of ground here as he'll change now onto the super soft tyres and change to a new front wing as well. So, like I said, there's definitely not an ideal start for him, but now he'll make his way back out and hopefully catch up to the pack. He's on board with Captain Farah from position 10. Let's see how his start was. It was actually not too bad again. As you can see there, all this chaos going. Look at Schulte to Aussie going right up close to the wall then. Didn't realise that was how close he got there, but he's going right around the outside and gets the move done, I think, on Sato and Schulte to Aussie as well. So he's now up into P6, going around this fast left-hander, but going around that outside line, loses a bit of momentum. Schulte now pops back up around the outside, and but he manages to hold off his advances, and there's all the yellow flag carnage in the background. There's a bit of a corner cut there, but it looks of things that here's that battle between Lockie and Spagbowl, as well as Frizzy. So this is the reason why. Oh, he gets a little bit sideways, and his line's very compromised. So that explains why he banged into Lockie and copped a bit of front wing damage. But now he's up into P4. I'm surprised he nearly didn't even get any illegal overtakes. But it was all very weird. Cutting on to lap 2, gets a little bit sideways, actually a bit too sideways, and that explains why he's was there at just past turn 17. And now he's copped a bit of front wing damage, so now he's back in position 13. Now you could tell Sanguinius Prime is the only other one behind him, but see now has to come back into the lane. Gets it right down to the 60k an hour speed limits, and I dare say he's going to have to change his front wing, but it'll be interesting to see what tyre choice he's put on, and he's going for a definite long strategy, but the team didn't actually change his front wing. I'm a bit surprised about that, but you see now he's on the soft tyres, so he's definitely going on a longer run, but he's a battle on for second last and last. Sanguinius Prime up the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact between those two. It manages to get the position to Sanguinius Prime, and he's on board with Sanguinius Prime, as you can see there. You are allowed to do that. move once, and then you can't move twice. Basically, is now against that position. There's a bit of a lock up there. Sounded like there was a bit of touch there in the background, but managed to get position 13. He's on board with Stinchy, so he's coming now into the lane on for lap 4 as he tries to slow it down, but he just didn't quite slow it down in time. He's got the 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but we now cut on to our view on lap 4, and we definitely went wide at turn 8, but Sato's using every single bit of track, like I said earlier, on turn 9 there, but yeah, we were actually starting to gain to these guys, and yeah, we got the 3-second tyre penalty. That's our first one. Cutting corners again as Schulte to Ozzy's had a big moment coming into that turn 2-3 chicane, and he's actually starting to lose a heap of ground here, and we might be very close to actually trying to go up the inside there, but we run a little bit wide at turn 5, and now cut a bit further on into the lap as we see there Sato's going. He's using every single bit of racetrack there, and more as Schulte now goes up the inside. We try to get the best of runs, and it nearly worked out. If I probably get the right line, I probably would have got there. But now we decided to make the move up the inside of the final corner of Schulte to Aussie. Get a little bit sideways and managed to get that position. It's now kind of the lap 6. Looked like Lockie was going to get the move done on Schulte as well, and now he has. So it might be coming out of a bit of pressure now from pretty much in the Toro Rosso sandwich. So Lockie probably look up the inside here at turn 3. It's a bit of touch then. Both of them are around, I think. Both Lockie and Schulte to Aussie. That wasn't ideal, but it looked pretty close, I can tell you that much. Here's why Schulte just ran a little bit wide. Probably got on the curb just a bit too much. You see there's Sato's great track extending. As now this is the good battle that they had between those two. You see me in the background there trying to get the run. Didn't quite have it done, but Sato moves up the inside now of Schulte to Aussie, and he now gets that position. And let's go back on to his teammate now, Lockie. So this is what was all going on in front of him. You see there, we were trying to get the best run, and like I said, if Sato wasn't where he was, I'd probably, or maybe change my line a bit tighter, we probably would have got away with it. But there's the move we get on Schulte to Aussie, and Lockie gets a great run coming out of that final corner. Schulte's line was compromised just a little bit, but now as we come into the fast turn 1, this is where he was lining up his move at turns 2 and 3, but he wasn't the only one that was a bit of contact. So actually Schulte bangs into Lockie and then bangs into me. And they've copped a bit of damage there from Lockie's point of view. As that was a bit tight there between Frizy and Ikawa was there. The turn 2-3 chicane, but cut a bit further on the lap into lap 8. Ikawa was just doing every single bit of track extending there. And again, he does the exact same thing in turn 9. It's a little bit close between these two. Ooh, that looked a little bit too tight there for my comfort, but no more than we go with Sanguinius Prime, who actually cuts that chicane. Didn't actually get a warning there, which was a bit surprising, I must be honest with you, but yeah, here we go. On board with Captain Farrows, looking to make the move on lap 6 on Legorob. Just didn't quite have enough, but you should be able to have a better run coming into this fast turn 4. And now we come back to our point of view. As you see, that yellow flags up in front of us, and that's actually X-Burton, who's out of sorry, not X-Burton, just Burton, who's now out of this race. That was a very strange one, as you'll see on board with Sato's car. Looked as if that Burton just ghosted through some unknown reason, and then he just retired from the race. But we now cut on board with Burton. This is what happened. Have a listen. Just all of a sudden, the Sato comes out of nowhere. It might have been a bit of lag, and it's damaged his front wing. Might have damaged a bit more of the car, and that was pretty much his race done. But now Captain Farrow is back in. He's now putting on the super soft tyres and changing his front wing this time. So he should have a bit more chance of moving back up the grid. And again, turn 8 is not my best friend here in Sochi, but we're sitting pretty comfortably after starting P13, now up into P5 as a bit of yellow flags. Oh, Lockie's now out of this race as well, so I think that's 3 races now where he's DNF'd. So that's not ideal. He's on board with Captain Farrow. Just see him off on the left there, so I'm not sure exactly what happened at turn 14. Looked like he ran just a little bit wide, and that was pretty much his race. Looked like as if Sato had a big moment there, but again, the lag played a bit of a factor there. I actually got my hopes pretty high if that was going to happen, but now Sato comes into the lane for his one and only stop, I would think. But we continue on the lap number 10. So now we cut back on with Legorob. We should try and make a move up the inside of Frizy. There was a bit of contact there, and Fry's actually lagged then. And oh, it's made his front wing a little bit worse now. The left part of the front wing anyway, but I think one of the main reasons cut back to me now on lap 10. Got another warning there, but we just decided to continue on. We just had to. We were on a different strategy. The front wing wasn't really, I mean, it was playing a little factor with some of the corners, but wasn't really ideal. As I said, probably turn 8 was probably the worst of them. And again, like I said, that was probably the worst corner of the racetrack. And the front wing damage didn't really help. But we said we had to just push on and just get as far as we could into this race. Now cut onto lap 14, as you can see there. Formula Dragster now sets the fastest lap of the race in the Renault. So he's absolutely flying, but we're still continuing on. The tyre wear there, you can see down the bottom right, wasn't really too bad. Again, just 3 of the tyres in the 30s, and one of them is the right front again and 25%. But now cut on to lap 16, we're pretty much on our own, and I thought now was the perfect time to come in and change onto the faster ultra soft compound. So into the lane we go. I think at this point we were possibly battling Spagbowl, but to make matters worse, we actually did the same thing as Cinchy and cop a 5-second stop-go penalty, which was definitely not ideal. But yeah, now we get to change that front wing and get on to the ultra soft tyres. Now Spagbowl's gone by, and I think maybe Sato might do the same thing as seeing what his prime is in the lane as well. Yes, there's the Renault crew coming out into the lane. So we should be pretty quick on this last stint. The ultra softs, as we just come out behind Schulten Aussie there. Again, most of these guys are on the super soft tyres anyway, but I think when his prime's back in the lane again. So he was going long, and again he's gone onto the super soft tyres. Probably could have been like me maybe and go on into the ultra soft tyres and just go flat out to the end, but by the end of that lap 17 we had a great run here up the inside again of Schulten Aussie at turn 19, and trying to get the drive as much as we can, but didn't really work. We were now back under attack from Schulten Aussie coming into turn 1. We left him a bit of room. Now he's up our inside now and should get that position back, but I knew we were on the pressure set of tyres. He locks up big time, just manages to hold on to the spot, and now come around this fast turn 4 section. I thought this was either going to be this corner or the next corner where I was getting ready up for my move, and he ran a little bit wide there coming out of turn 5 as we now come the inside, and now we get the move done. We're now up to position 5 in this race. So I mean, 13th from up to 5th wasn't really too bad. If I got a podium, it'd be an absolute miracle. But there's a bit of contact there between Schulten Aussie again, getting a bit further on the lap 20, and seeing Williams Prime has copped a bit of front wing damage. Now Prime goes around the outside, does the complete opposite of me, and gets Schulten Aussie for position 6. But yeah, I must be honest, the rest of the race was actually pretty boring, as actually Schulten Aussie got disqualified from the session. So that was a bit of an interesting one, and fortunately we did lose Sato because of connection issues. If wasn't ideal. We copped another 3-second time penalty to be added on after the race. So I think now with the 2 3-second penalties and the 5-second stop go, we had about 11 seconds worth of penalties up our sleeve. But we did have a fair gap. Sato did manage to reconnect, but fortunately he picked it at the worst time, and he actually runs wide here at turn 14 and loses all that momentum back up to me. But he's on board with RuthenicBird. He actually has a big lock up there and runs a bit wide, and Captain Farah has taken, well, actually Captain Farah has just taken a spot really, as he's on board with his view. He's all the lock-ups, and off goes RuthenicBird, as Captain Farah is actually a lap down in position 10, as he now lets RuthenicBird go back through because he copped blue flags. So if you cop blue flags, to any of the new viewers out there, you have to let the competitor go back, as he actually runs wide again, does RuthenicBird at turn 5, and he gets the spot back. But again, Captain Farah just lets him back through again on that back straight. And that should be pretty easy for him. But yeah, that was an interesting battle, even though that wasn't for position. But you see now, Formula Dragster has won the Russian Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. Missed the first 3 rounds, but he's a quality driver. He absolutely nailed it, really. But for us, it's an absolutely fantastic P4, and I was pretty thrilled to finish a race finally after the past 2 races. Geez, that felt good. After where we started in this race, I felt good. If we got a podium, I would have been absolutely thrilled. But yeah, there is the podium. Formula Dragster in the Renault from RuthenicBird. I think that's one of the first times that RuthenicBird has not actually won this season. So, and Spagbol actually manages to get position 3 in the Sauber. Probably one of the rare times you'll see Sauber on the podium this season. But in the end, there's the results. So Formula Dragster, RuthenicBird and Spagbol, we finish up in P4. But you see there, just all the warnings there. A few guys copped a few penalties, and we were just trying to work out exactly what was going on. But here's the Drivers' Championship. Nothing really has changed much. Spagbol has now moved up into position 4, but we have made some big inroads. We're now up into position 6. So we're starting to gain back on the leaders, but we've still got a fair way to go. But we have a new leader in the Constructors' Championship. Renault has now jumped well ahead, as Williams has dropped way back down to 5th. But Renault now leads Red Bull and Toro Rosso and Force India. We're starting to make moves in Ferrari. We're now back up into position 8. Only a couple of points behind Mercedes. So we really should make some moves come the next race in, I think it's Spain. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's the end of this video for today, guys and girls. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to give it a big smash on that like button. If you have a comment, as always, just leave it down below. If you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe to my channel for plenty more F1 2017 ASR videos, plus plenty more video gaming content. And also be sure to follow me on my social media. All the links will be in the description below. But for the moment, guys and girls, it's goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.